Hello and welcome to some Factorio. This is Krastorio 2 mod and my name's Trismegistus. Attempted to play this through, just to intro the series for anyone who's new to the video. Basically, I tried this about 18 months ago and didn't quite get on with it, so I sort of revived the series about, what would it be, about 6 months ago. And we are doing quite well. We are into the end game, I believe. And I believe that because we don't have too many technologies left. A lot of these are like military ones, and the biters are kind of disabled. It's one of the reasons I've been enjoying this mod, I think, is that I've not had to deal with the biters, so I've been able to learn it. Just a quick note before we kind of get going, and particularly for anyone watching on the VOD, it'll be chopped up a little bit because I've had to take a parcel in for the neighbours, so they'll inevitably come back during the stream, so I'll have to go on. Never fails, never fails. Just had a spam come in, so I need to report that and etc. I don't want to reply. Let's report you. How do I do that again? Report. Spam, scams, or bots. And it is, I guess, a spam. I've changed this. Tried to sell me followers. I've also got something. I mean, it might happen at the same time. We've got something in the oven. I need to turn off. Tried to sell me followers. Submit report. Block this user. Close. And can I delete that message as well? I'm not sure how I do that actually. There must be a way. Can I? No. Oh well, there we go. So 2 minutes in and we already had a spam bot. I think I can stop that. Well, I was checking through the settings yesterday because I've been trying to work out how to do all of the emotes and stuff like that. I've got one pending, but it seems to have been sat there for, well, 2 days, I guess now. So I don't know. Maybe they'll just never approve it. I don't know. It's just the icon of my channel and my face one basically. But it's not been approved yet. So what was I gonna do? I did hop on to this game. Was it yesterday? I can't remember. And tried to work out what we want to do. And the basic plan is we're going to need to scale up. So we're going to need to have a lot more stuff because this here, this transceiver is very expensive for one thing. And therefore we probably need a lot of these advanced machines. Researching them is in and of themselves expensive. And why does that have iron sticks when iron sticks are already... Oh, iron sticks from iron ore. Okay. Interesting. But yes, so the advanced assembly machine itself is actually fairly expensive. It's got 2 electric furnaces, 2 assembly machine 3, 4 Immersion beams. So if we're going to replace... I'm assuming it's bigger. If we're going to replace, some of our crafting with that, they're quite expensive. There's also this advanced furnace, which weirdly doesn't have electric furnaces in, but the other one does. And that's ridiculously expensive. Then we've got this advanced chemical plant, and again, that's really quite expensive. So even just making the buildings, I think we'll probably need to for the scale up, is in and of itself expensive. We then got, this technology that we need to do. As I say, building one of those is quite expensive. The tech to do it is quite expensive. I don't quite get why it has a 1,800 second crafting time. I'm not quite sure what it means by that. Because it says total raw 20 hours. That just seems bonkers. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But yeah, as I understand it from reading the notes on it, you have to send several things via this system to win. Because this is Factorio Krastorio Extended, so it's like more stuff. But yeah, so all of these things are expensive. If we're going to do a lot of matter work, we need a lot of power, which probably means we need to be doing this antimatter reactor. and that requires lots of matter, which in itself is expensive. So yeah, so there's a lot of expensive stuff coming up, and I also noticed what I wanted to do was sort of do some of these ones here. I'm not actually sure if I can do them all, but these are kind of the key ones that we need to crack through. Isn't there a roboport? Yeah, advanced roboports as well. So hopefully we can actually do them. I don't know that, because I have set up all of the cards, I think. Yeah, we've got the A and the S now. So they're all sort of there, but whether this will operate... Where the heck is the science? Whether this will operate at anything like a decent clip, I don't know. Probably not. But the basic problem I discovered when I hopped in is that our copper patch that we had here has completely disappeared. Well, it's not disappeared, it's been mined out. So we don't have any copper at this patch. Now, where this is actually going, I think it's this one? No. It's this one. Oh, I've obviously removed the train anyway. So it was that one. Basically, I have diverted the train to the other patch, but as you can see, they're both sort of sat there, because trains do hold a heck of a lot in this, but there's not actually that much here. There's 1 million copper, and that's it. We're not mining any more copper. So I identified a bunch of patches. So we've got 8.9 there. I mean, there's a little beauty there, 15 million. We obviously have copper there. Might be a bit of a pain to tap that one. There was another one, I think. If I turn off stations temporarily. So we've got copper there. Wasn't there one over here as well? No, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, so I mean, this is the one we really need to grab. We've got like tiny bit of iron there, and that's it. And that's sort of one of the other issues, is that there's not actually that much resources around here. So we might actually want to go for a bit of an explore as well. But yes, so what I haven't done is sort of set up my inventory in order to sort of start exploiting those. So what we kind of need to do is like switch some of these out. We probably need to be making them out of like higher level stuff now to get the throughput. But if I put this down to a couple of hundred, put this one up to, let's call it 800 for now. Probably be alright with the others. We want lots of trains, lots of railway rather, and we do want trains, so we could put, say, a couple of them on. And then the rest is more a sort of job of cutting things back, basically. So, I mean, we're going to want actually more of them, aren't we? But, I mean, I'm not going to use substations to do it, for example. What else could we get off? I guess we actually want more inserters. But, yeah, well, let's leave the long-handeds. Because I didn't really set this up. If I put the pipes down, because I don't think we'll... I mean, we might need, you know, to get more heavy water, but I'm not sure we'll do that quite yet. Radars is fine. So we don't need them with us. I did extend the solar field as well a little bit, which is what it's complaining about here. It doesn't have the whatchamacallit. So we get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. What else might we need? Fuel, I guess, in case I end up doing it that way. Maybe if I put that to 400. But we want loads of like level 2 miners. I should be relatively close to the chest and stuff, but let's just move up a little bit. Oops. What else? I mean, we don't really need things like electrolysis plants and filtration plants and atmospheric content. I mean, we do, because we need to scale a lot of them up. But we don't need them for this bit. Furnaces, I'm not even sure why I've got them. Oil pump jacks, again. We'll probably do that, but not just yet. I've got so much rubbish on me. And I've got 100 of them. Pumps, let's just leave them. Why have I got 3 extra pots? Ah, I wonder if that's them coming back. Assembly machines I don't really need, do I? Where the heck are they? Any clues? Any clues to assembly machines? There's the blue ones. I mean, the postie might not have told them. So he's a bit lazy. Well, in fact, he's incredibly lazy. And he doesn't... He'll get you to take a parcel in for your neighbours, and then he won't put a note through their door saying that you've got, you've got their parcel. So you're like, hours and hours later, you're like, well, why, why have they not come for their parcel? And it's because he's not told them that, that there even is one. Right, so that's given us plenty of room. So I need, because I need more of these. We need more. We need more. Lots more. More of everything, please. I guess I could take those out as well. Again, any clues? There we go. Now, righto. So that's given us plenty of room. So again, I can probably bump that up a bit more now. Did we even get the trains? I'm tempted to have more trains. 8. Like that. And did I get the fuel? Did it bring me fuel? Well, there's definitely someone next door, but as I say, whether they know there's a parcel to connect is another matter. And I guess I should take some more of these. Right, so we'll let the bots bring them over. I think I overdid it last couple of days, if I'm honest. I sort of tried to use the time to do a load of stuff. And today I've just been a bit zombified. I actually watched The Boys, the first 3 episodes. So it's good so far. So you can pick that up at some point. Whether I'll do that now, I don't know. But where was the first copper? Where do we need to go? Because they're both there, aren't they? So it feels like we should branch off here somewhere, maybe. Maybe there, so we can avoid the biters. Maybe if we grab that one first, because that's a bit smaller. Yeah, let's do that. Have we got everything? We've got everything we can get, I think. Right, so let's just head up. Have I got... I suppose I should really take the car or something, but I've said before I'm not the best. Well, only you've seen. There you go. You see, copper's just completely drained out. I mean, we could do with beefing up, the sort of system altogether. More trains, full stop. Got these stations with all these stackers, and then most of the stations have only got one train. But it's partly because probably wouldn't have used my stacker like that if I'd known the trains were... Are we biter killing off? Yeah, that as well. The trains hold like loads and loads of stuff. Right, here we go. So I think we'll put this in first. Will we? Well, let's just put this down, because I've got the e-mining. Which way? So if I'm going to put like a branch there, I'll probably end up with a train station here. So maybe we do that. Because the biters actually, it's a bit weird, because they've been absorbing pollution for so long. They're actually like quite highly evolved. But because it's all been very passive, because you see there are plenty of big biters now. But a lot of it's not, because at no point have I killed them, and they've not sent attack groups or anything like that. it's like the original biters basically, because a lot of these are in pollution, you see, but they don't spawn new ones until they've eaten enough pollution. So yeah, let's go over to the. So we know we're trying to go to the right hand side. Oops, the right hand side. Helps if you don't click on the map. So I'm thinking some branches. Do we make this a T-junction? It's not going to be high rate of... Because I sort of messed up with this, thinking about it, because I put it... It would be better if I could just extend this line up. So what I'm actually thinking is maybe we put a branch in and go up and then branch off and I can just keep that going. It's a bit weird, but as I say, I sort of messed up there. I don't know why I put it on the end of the of the track like that. So I should have no, wrong one. No. We need to turn them on. I guess we could turn that one on as well. Get both sets of bots doing stuff. We then want a right hand turn, and then we want to go straight for quite a way. So let's plop all of that in. So we want this to be going, because I think what we'll do, exploring wise, we'll just sort of head up to the top here and just stick in some radar, a radar sort of thing. Whether we put that in with like all of the track as well, I'm not sure, but it is quite a nice long straight bit. Can we get all of this laid in? A good chunk of it anyway. So do I put track all the way up there? So I wanted to get lots and lots of track, because so we can go and pull up the other defunct one. But say if we go up to there and put in a radar. Bing bong bing. So at least done one of the researchers. I wasn't 100% sure. I mean, there's a lot of stuff sat on belts, so it'll probably go quicker than to start with. But all of these techs become quite expensive. I've only got a few labs really, and they're not sort of super optimized. So I wasn't 100% sure whether we chunk through them, but we can just leave them going. I'm looking for the radar, I'm not seeing it. So I've got a radar in there. Have I run out of? Oh, I only got 50, didn't I? So let's boost that up. In fact, let's make that 150, and that one 100. And then I can get rid of all of them. Okay. So I'll leave that to sort of do its magic. Head back down. Do, do, do. So if we were to branch off... So if the station was where? Where would we want that? Can I find the station? So there it is. So if the station was, say, there, or there might be... Or there might be better. Then we can put a branch there. Which branch is it? That one? Like that. Maybe one more. Station there. Okay. And then for this one, we want the station to end up sort of there-ish, don't we? Because otherwise we're going to bang into the sea. So maybe branch it there. Let's see what that looks like. So that's the branch there. And then we'll fill in what we can and we'll just then pop back. But done too many there. Pop back to get like more signals and more rail and stuff. If it was one more, it'd be too close, I think. So we'll put that there. We might be worth clearing them out because we don't want them getting hit accidentally by a train, and then they aggro on the train and everything. And because there's no defences, I could put well, I believe you can put like defences in the trains with this system. Well, here you go. You see, so if he was to get hit by a train or one of these, I think it would aggro the biters. We're certainly going to have to clear them off anyway. But let's pop all this stuff in first. And all we need to do, so it's a bit redundant, I could just run the console command that gets rid of them. So we're out of rail now. So they should just go and wipe them out. I say it's a bit... I should probably just get rid of them. This might be a bit close, actually. Because I need room to put, like, balancer in. Yeah, I think that's probably a bit close. So if we cut that up to there. In fact, and then get rid of that. Put it in there. Yeah, that gives me plenty of room there. Okay. So we'll sort this bit out and they'll just slowly eradicate the biters. How are we doing with landfill? This in. All done? All done. So. Oh, did I not bring any stations? In fact, I'm not making stations, am I? So let's hand make a couple of 3 of them. Because we unlocked these superior inserters, but I haven't, I haven't made a single one, so I don't know how superior they actually are. I can't see. There it is. Make a handful of them. Because that's 90 items a second that transports. So, because that was the other thing I was thinking about doing. I don't think we'll get that far today, but we could do with making somewhere that's going to make high level belt. I think, because there's no point, if we end up using level 3 miners and stuff, it's redundant if one of them can feed, fill an entire belt. Entire yellow belt. Putting all of these down is a little bit redundant, Let's just get rid of all of that. If I just plop it all on. So we don't have enough to actually fill this out. Okay. So let's have a time being. Have you done yet? Not quite yet. Because I need to upgrade this belt, obviously. But we can do that fairly judiciously. Oh, we're out of juice, are we? Okay. Are we done yet? Everyone's charging. So just grab them. Cool. I'll just turn that off and let it reduce. And then we want the creep collector. Clear this down a bit. They're not very quick at clearing them because of this weird thing they do with the lasers. I don't know what that's all about, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's meant to like debuff them a little, but I say they don't trigger attacks because there's some weird conflict in like the settings basically. Because, I could probably show you. So, if I attack, they do aggro on me, you see. So it's not like they won't attack at all. Oh, I forgot this mod. You can shoot anywhere, which you can't do in vanilla. Which is why I'm shooting the rocks and stuff. But yeah, they're on passive, so they won't attack me unless I attack them. And you would think that these guys would trigger in the same way, but they don't. So let's take the creep out. Decreep this. No. Oh, of course. Oh, that's a coal patch. Okay. Need to be careful with these miners then. Probably need to redo this. Huh, I didn't realise there was a coal patch here. So, you're going to have to steer well clear of that, because these have a much bigger mining area, don't they? We don't, I mean, we're nowhere near using that. Well, we've still got like 1 million left on that coal patch, so... I say, we'll kind of add everything, but we don't actually sort of need coal. You know, I think it started out first, I can't remember, it was like 7 million or something. So yeah, we will need one fairly soon, but it's not as urgent. Because it's all, you know, none of it's running on coal. So, you know, we're not doing coal power basically. And I've got a couple 100,000 coal in the chest still, I think. Right, so let's plop these back in, because I think they've cleared enough. Fill the gap. Oh, that's the, oops. That's the one with, whatchamacallit, modules, which we should probably be using, but, cool. Okay, so, right, if I sort of upgrade from there. So if we leave the sort of the first 3 as yellow belt, they've not actually got that much red belt, because I haven't really been making. Oh, is there some creep here? Yes. Okay. So we got any other creep? No. So, say if we leave that bit, so say sort of 1, 2, 3, that, oops, take this up to say there. Those are a bit pointless, aren't they? It's just a sort of, there's little, it's sort of a way of saving belt, basically, this, but, because you can, you know, obviously, eventually, maybe, with mining productivity buffs, you know, a single miner might fill a belt, but in, you know, practice for what we're doing, you know, it's almost certainly never going to be concerned. So the first few are, you know, not going to fill a yellow belt, so why put red belt there when it's a relatively limited resource? Cool. So I should be able to turn you back on. See if we can't fill a bit more in. Oh, he looks like a behemoth. Where are you going? So, I mean, they are quite evolved. You know, there is the possibility of behemoths appearing now. All done? They're not doing anything, are they? So if we turn the attack off. So, what else can we actually put in? I guess we could put, like, loading in and stuff. Because we got the... whatchamacallit. Oh, look, that's got weird... Something weird's happened with power poles there. I wonder what I've done wrong there. Oh. Oh, it's not a... It's not a whatchamacallit. Tiled... thing. Just pop you back on again. Fill all of that in. I guess we can upgrade that. In fact, let's upgrade the inskirters as well. We need to name this, don't we? To load 3, I guess. We'll have trains go, you know, sort of like every single thing now. It's one of the things I want to do. But yeah, so if we get a balancer like that. Oh, there was a rock in the way. In fact, let's just put it there. And then we want red belt. Like so. Actually, for you, the game audio is quite loud. I wonder if that's because I was trying to fiddle about with it, work out what the heck this why the machines are so loud. And I think I figured out it's weird. It's the environment sound. So the ones I was fiddling with to try and do it were the simulations and game effects, but it's actually this environment sounds. That appears to be what governs the sound of all of the machines. So those horrendously loud, you know, whatchamacallit, the crushers and all that sort of stuff. It's done with the environment sounds. So how many have we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, but this one's a bit of a half rubbish one because most of these haven't got. They're only doing it because it's overlapping. That makes sense. They're not really done. We've also got to remember to fix the whole weird thing it does with not connecting the power poles for some reason, but that's a future problem for future me. So that's one line. We can combine both of these like that. That's 2 lines. Both of these. That's 3 lines. And then both of these. And that's a bit uneven, but we'll go with it. Okay. So, put these together. Oh no, don't want that. Don't want it there though. That one down there. Can you, will you, oh perfect, perfect arena. And then we have this one here. Oops, like so. Get that all hooked up. How much belt have I got left? A tiny bit, okay. This needs to be level 2, doesn't it, rather? And then drag this across here. And maybe connect it there. So that's out of the way. Oh, so it looks like some of them have connected, but others haven't. Why has that got power? Has it got power? It has. So where's the connecting power line for those? Oh, there. So why has it put that one with a power line and not the others? It's a bit of a mystery. What particular bug that is? But there you go. I should use the whatever it is, Coma mod. I can remember what it's called. The one that redoes the power poles, so power lines, so that they're sort of more geometric in shape. So yeah, I mean we're missing loads basically. So what we can just quickly do is check how many entity ghosts we have left, and that'll help us. So we've got 193 entity ghosts. So this needs to go way up, basically. This needs to be at least 200. But I also then need to have a quick look. I didn't put anything down there, okay. What we could also do is sort of see how many signals we're missing. So if I do that, so 34 signals, so that's not too bad. Okay. So should I put a train on and we could ride it back, or do we want to go and... Because we've got basically nothing left. So if we put in this train... Why are they so slow? Oh! What? 200 megawatts? What? Okay. What the heck has gone wrong there? Got that power lines connected to that. Satisfaction. How are we only producing 60 megawatts? Because we got all of this here, look. Oh. No. They're completely drained. What? Are you not making... Oh. What? What? So we've had a catastrophic power failure, but I do not understand why. Last hour. So this is our production graph. Because that represents the absolute maximum power draw. Why has that not... Because the advanced... We seem to have drained out all of the nuclear. So that's all of the research done, so we can just leave that for now. It looks like it's kicked back in now. But why are we not... Because those are the accumulators kicking in. Huh. Don't understand what's happened there. Okay. I mean, we've got quite a lot of these in stock. I mean, I was carrying 50. So we can put a load more of these in. But I am confused as to what's gone wrong there. So if we put some of them in there, copy this over. This. I want, well, in fact, I can't really do that. I want to leave, oops, these ready to go as it gets the stuff to build them. So is that going to fit? One more in. There we go. And then this won't cover. So we need to put that there. That there. That. I am confused as to why this is not... Why it's run out of nuclear fuel. Because there should be loads, unless we somehow burnt through it all. It suggests there's more a sort of mistake somewhere. Okay. Right, we need to head back for sure now. We've not got any blooming... whatchamacallits. So if we give this a... It could be the lack of copper. So it could be that it's not able to make the, you know, like the nuclear stuff. On this location, so it's this one we're going to, isn't it? It's unload one. It's not, so it's not able to make the stuff because it's simply not got copper, because it has been run out for a long time. So it's unload one. We want to fill and we want to empty. And that single patch is just not, you know, not doing the business. So, but we'll head back. So why would you not be making nuclear fuel? Why is this all ground to a halt? Output full. Is it that? No, it's got heavy water. Waiting for source items. So it suggests item ingredient. Oh look. That's not got an inserter on it. This logic. Are we there yet? We are. Okay. This logic is the problem, isn't it? Because what? Let's go and have a look at that. I think it's basically not made any... I think it made 1 million, didn't it? Because I didn't set something properly. But it's not recycling these. So I set this to recycle essentially the... I don't know what you call them, like the containers. So these guys. But I've then not got an inserter. So this is disabled. Because there's way more than 5 in there. But all that was happening was they were, you know, going into this chest. Because I didn't have an inserter there. Huh. A simple error. Now, do we need to speed this up? It's fairly quick. So as soon as... Oh, of course, they're restocking me. As soon as we get this in here... There's 5 on the way. Yeah, so that's kicked in now. Because it fires up really quickly, this. So they're both running now. It's interesting, though, that the accumulators didn't really... I think basically, so when I was making the solar panel template, I kept saying I don't know which way around this ratio is. I looked up the ratio and I wasn't sure whether it was, you know, more accumulators or less accumulators. So the ratio was 0.7 and it looks like I've got it the wrong way around because the power thing, if you look at the power chart, this is, I mean, that's regular. These are the advanced solar panels. So those are the regular solar panels. And then if we go back an hour. So like steam engines and stuff. The accumulators aren't even like registering. So we had this big drop off. None of these lines. In fact, let's just show. Yeah, look at that. So they were able to produce 755. If we put that one on. Yeah, look, I mean, I'm getting 1.1 gigawatts out of the solar panels at max. And that one's, I mean, obviously it's spiked, but why didn't they kick in then? Is it just not been charging them at all then? We see we're not being deafened by the thing. Yeah, they're full. Max input 600 kilowatts, 10 megajoules out. Max output 100 megawatts. Yeah. 100 kilowatts, rather. No. That would suggest the ratio was probably about right, then. Weird. I don't understand that, then. Maybe it was because it ended up... It was trying to run the entire base on... Yeah, that must have been it. It was trying to run... Should I start using you? Because... Is this right? Because that's a portable fusion reactor. DT fuel cells. But we established it didn't put them in automatically, didn't we? Which was really very annoying. So we can put them in there. Because that'll charge this vehicle roboport. So we could use him to go and clear up this. So if I make a... I'm usually really a real big fan of Spidey, but I was a bit miffed that you have to do this with it, if I'm totally honest. Where did that go? I was trying to put it on the hotbar and click the wrong thing. Where's it gone? There it is. So I'm trying to do that. Right, so it's... What's the control? Is it... No. 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 There we go. Okay. So we can send him, assuming that counts as... Okay. Well, we'll test it out. I mean, that's part of the purpose. But if we go send you over to here... Yeah, I'm usually a big fan of Spidey. Or I'm sort of a convert to him. But yeah, I was a bit miffed, if I'm totally honest, about the whole having to put fuel in it and stuff. Seems a bit churlish. Because he's not, you know, it's not that sort of... well, I don't think it's OP at all. But okay, so this train has probably gone, I guess. It's gone without us. Gone without us. Did they bring me more trains? They did. So, is it this one or is it the other one? So there should be a train up here trying to load up. No? Where's it gone then? Oh, it's coming back. Perfect. But yeah, we can put, you know, we can make sure we've got a train, you know, 2 trains to each station for each thing, because we've got enough stacking room to do that. And say we've got this one as well, so we can have lots of trains now. Here he is. Lots of fleet fuel in here? Yeah. So I think we'll just crack on. Or crack back, as it were. So we'll have you go... In fact, let's just do it via that. But yeah, so we'll get lots of trains up and running. As well. So I'm not sure what to do about this one. We could easily put a station in, I think, but it's the faff of working around the... Well, I suppose now that I've got the bigger coverage miners, it's not quite such an issue. Okay. So we'll quickly hop out because it'll probably fill up again quite quickly. We'll put the construction toggle on and see how much we can actually do. Did I increase this to 2? I did. Okay, that's cool. What about these? You've missed these chaps? You're not bothering? One of the weird things with these companion is they like grab an entire stack. There you go. So if you've not got... And then they put it back in your inventory. So if you've not got it in there, the regular bots don't have stuff to work with. Guessing that was missed because of a biter nest. Have we got any other gaps? Nope, looks good to me. Now, are we running any risks of getting coal pollution? That's okay. Probably actually have one there. No, that's okay, that's okay. Oh, hello, Silent Storm. Oh, and raid as well. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome all. How are you doing? How is your stream? Apologies, I didn't recognise. The system is set up to alert me when there's a raid, but I'm guessing this train is going to be a while. So actually, let's just... Oh no, I can't. I've not got a junction there. Yes, welcome all. Hello, my name's Trismegistus. I'm currently doing a bit of Factorio. Yeah, Factorio. Krastorio 2 mod. Not sure how familiar everyone is with that, but it's my first time properly playing it through. I gave it a go about 18 months ago and didn't quite get on with it. Wasn't a big fan at that point, but revived my playthrough and enjoying it a lot more. Not least because of this, which is that the biters are on passive, so it's taken a lot of the stress off. I usually play with biters on and aggressive. Did some multiplayer minesweeping in Factorio. I don't know what that is. What's minesweeping? Is that a mod or a game mode or something like that? I'm not actually that... so, I've actually been... I've tried to set up a... I mean, everyone's got a Discord, haven't they? But I'm trying to set up... Oh, I guess we've run out of miners now, haven't we? Okay, one more trip then. Trying to set up a Discord to use to do multiplayer, and so I'm sort of doing my first, you know, multiplayer adventures. But it's just completely vanilla. We're just sort of exploring it, basically. I was a bit worried my machine wouldn't be able to cope, is the honest truth, because it's not. It's a bit of a weird monster, my thing. It's a scenario. It's basically Minesweeper, Windows 98 or whatever in Factorio. Oh, right, okay. So you basically, I mean, I'm very familiar with Minesweeper. I spent many an hour not working and playing Minesweeper from back in the day. So if I turn this on, I'll clear them out. The entire world is looking like the nuclear blast crater. Okay. So I haven't done it, but the big circular black thing that it does. You have to place stone furnace where you think there is a mine. Oh, right, okay. I say it's quite cheaty, this, because I say it's sort of... I should just get rid of them, really, because it's all a bit redundant. Get rid of the creep while I'm working. Yeah, except the entire world is like that. Okay. So if you don't find the mine, presumably you can step on it and it kills you, I assume? So what makes it multiplayer? Is it... Do you take it in turns, or... It sounds intriguing now. I remember Minesweeper. That and Solitaire. Solitaire was the thing. For killing a few hours as well. Shouldn't say that. Maybe my boss is watching and get in trouble. I shouldn't think so. I don't imagine they even know what Factorio is. Right, so let's get some balancers on. So it's a bit of a chill one as well, this. I basically got to a point, so if we look at the text, I've done a heck of a lot. We're almost there in terms of the tech unlocks. I could queue up some of these. Say, there's all sorts of fun stuff in this as well. Like, laser artillery turrets and rocket turrets, but I say it's all redundant because the biters are just on passive. But we'll get it all cute. Unlike there's a proper tank rather than the weird tank that it's got. I guess I could do that one as well. If you get a furnace right, you get a chance to get resources. Oh, right, and the land turns into regular surface they can build on. You cannot build on the land until you have solved the minesweeper stuff. Ah, cool. If you're on a mines or place the furnace where there is no mine, nuclear explosion happens and you blow up. Oh my god. Multiplayer, you just do the same with more people in different areas. Oh, cool, okay. There was a mod. I think it was a mod, but where you can only build on brick, as it were. So like stone. I can't remember what it is, but you can only build on like stone surfaces. So it sounds a little bit like same idea, but as you say, you use the. Why have I done that like that? That's a bit dumb, isn't it? Let's move that up. Are these? You're not wiping out some other random ones, are you? I'm getting rid of these just because obviously some trains are going to be blasting around. So if I say they're on passive, so if a train hits them, they'll actually start attacking the train. And I don't want to bother putting in because you can put defences in trains in this. I'm very tempted to, like when they're finished, to almost start again. But I want to. Oh, I've done it again. What an idiot. Put that there. But so put that there. I have got a book of normal. In fact, why am I not using that then? I'm thinking about this. The minesweeper thing. Someone has to build the base too. Okay. So is it just the regular goals as well? Then you're supposed to, you're aiming to launch a rocket. Or is there sort of any other mechanic there as well, sort of time pressure or anything like that? You know, do the mines respawn or anything like that? So we want to go 3 to 4, don't we? There we go. It's not my book of, balances. I think I'd go nuts trying to do balances. But we also need this again. Where are you? What are you lot doing? They have like a huge range, these companion drones, so they could easily just fly off and start wiping out other biters. And I mean, they're not doing me any harm, so I'm sort of basically live and let live. This is just freeing up room to build and stuff. So I don't know what messed up the blueprint at some point, and then upgrade it for this. Do I need to bother upgrading this? Thinking about it. Yeah, go on then. It's no time pressure except for the fact that you need new resources. So for those you have to do minesweeping, right? Of course. And there's of course biters in the area. Oh right, okay. That you have not solved minesweeping stuff yet. You cannot get to them except with artillery. Of course, yeah. Yeah, if your only ways of getting resources is the mines, the minesweeping, then you're gonna have to keep doing that. And as you say, there's biters there as well. So is that like a standard scenario, or is that a sort of scenario someone's come up with? It's another sort of gap in my knowledge. I've done I've played a lot of Factorio, but I don't think I've ever done a scenario. I've done when they had the sort of campaign. You lot aren't off killing stuff again, are you? You are. Leave them alone. Poor things. I mean, this should be okay. I don't think they'll wander on the tracks from over here, so happy to sort of leave that bit. Right, let's fill that bit of track in, and we'll have to head back again. We'll also have to see if the spider has cleaned that thing up properly. Third party, okay. But yeah, I don't think I've ever done anything with scenario. So I played through the. I don't know if you were around for that, but they tried to do a proper campaign for Factorio. They sort of abandoned it because they sort of realised it wasn't really what they wanted to do. I was a bit critical of it, if I'm honest, because it was a bit sort of... it was a bit weird, in a sense, what they were doing with the campaign, because most campaigns in most games, you know, hopefully not telling you anything you don't know, but they sort of try and teach you the mechanics, and they were putting in different mechanics in the campaign, because it was like you had to do a research to unlock inserters, and it's like to unlock green circuits. And it's like, well, why are you teaching players if the idea is for, you know, people to do? So we want number 4. Oops. Yeah, to, you know, learn how to do the system. Then when they come to actually play, you know, a sandbox game, they're going to be looking for the green, you know, green chip recipe and not finding it and being like, well, what's going on? I don't understand. Right, so let's head... Is that's not loading up? Oh, of course. No, it should. Oh, I've not powered it, have I? That's what I've not done. So I didn't put this on here. Here we go. And I bet it's done the weird thing with the power poles again, hasn't it? Yeah. Some of them are connected for some reason. Right, yeah, there we go. So what little we can do is flowing. But yeah, so I should have a look at the scenarios. I assume you can just download them like mods, basically. We want to go back to unload. So, has the spider... It has worked. Okay, maybe we should start using that for building then. Okay, let's get him to come home. Where's my control? There we go. So let's get him to be over here. Has my power problem solved? Yes, it has, I think. So we got 50 set there. You're... Okay. I managed to mess up the... Oh, need to put all that back on. Mess up the inserters for the power. So these advanced turbines ran out of fuel. I don't know how big I need to go with power. As you can see, I'm up to 5.4. But this matter... Oh, let's hop out. This matter process is like horrendously power hungry. And if I'm going to use that to do immersite and, you know, the... Oh, look, it's the other copper's run out as well. It's because this patch is just so small. Look at that. I mean, we got 3 trains waiting. So we could nip up and just upgrade that as well. Okay. So we need to remember to do that. But I can also put some more trains on for this other copper. I don't think so. Okay. Right. So do you play a lot of Factorio Silent Storm, or are you sort of a more sort of variety streamer as well, or? I ask because I'm always curious as to what people play, because the sort of person I'm... Hi Richard, so probably shouldn't say that. But person I'm doing the multiplayer with... Oh, no, that's wrong. They don't tend to play other building and construction games. But they absolutely, you know, adore Factorio. And it sort of always fascinates me. Because me, I'm sort of a, you know, I play Dyson Sphere Program, and I'm trying to play Captains of Industry, but I've not had time because that's come out early access. Where does this one want to go? This wants to go to load 3. But other people say they're sort of like, this is my game, and, you know, they're just more than happy playing that. I mean, Factorio is my favourite game of all time. So send that to load. Oh, automatic. Yep, load 3. Off you go. Should be able to do another one. Like this. Oops, I've done it again. Play DSP in the past. Do Factorio. Not looked at COI yet. Like people talking about, I haven't seen the game yet. It's I say what I played when it was, because it was a kickstarted game, so I played a little bit in I mean, it wasn't all there sort of thing. What, you know, in the sort of, would it be alpha or beta, whatever you want to call it. So this is coming now to unload 2. So I'm going to fill that, unload that. Pop that to automatic. Cool. I could divide them up between the different trains, couldn't I? Because they do take a long time to load, but hopefully we'll get a bit of a sort of effectively a buffer in train form. So what have I actually got here? We've got, oops, we've got 4 stops there, but we've got 2 going to load 2, 2 to load. Wait. Oh, you're already here, so that must be at load 4. So I think if we swap one of these over to load 3, I should reuse load 1, shouldn't I? But if we go to, because this is the biggest patch, we want to go then to load 3 instead. And we want it to be full there. We want to get rid of that and go there to start with. Oh, why can't you go? Oh, was it set at the... I bet it was. Okay. Why can't I give you a... So if I get you to go to there temporarily. If I send you home... I thought it was the one sat at the station. I didn't realise it was in the stacker. But this should turn it round. But yeah, so Captains of Industry, it sort of it adds in colony management effectively. So you've got workers for all of your machines. I say they're adding a lot to it. I mean, they're sort of, I mean, a lot of these games are effectively copying Factorio in a lot of ways. But the idea is it's going to end up that you're doing space, you know, you're launching rockets basically. That's where it's going to go to. But it has some interesting mechanics in and of itself, in that it's a single map in the base game, but you can actually manipulate the terrain, so you can make, you know, like ramps and dig holes and things like that to get at resources. So it's all deformable, and they're going to put in a map editor, so people will be able to, you know, make their own maps. But it's the standard sort of, you know, stuff basically of, you know, iron mines and copper mines and all that sort of stuff. And I say, but you've got to worry about food for your colonists who basically operate all of your machines. The equivalent of bots are basically the whatchamacallits, the trucks essentially, which sort of do all those jobs for you. So we've got 3 there. Oh, we've now got, oops, 4 there. So we could put another one on, but what I'd rather do, so we'll go and, if we, let me think. We need to go and upgrade that. That's what we need to do first. Here we go. Finally, copper coming through. 3D. Yes, yes-ish. It's sort of, it's more similar to Dice program from that point of view. So it's, you know, it's 3D graphics, but you can basically play it in top-down view. You know, like Factorio or Dyson Sphere program. It's more that sort of style. It's not as pretty as Dyson Sphere program. It's a bit more sort of utilitarian. It's not that it looks ugly, I would say, but so you've got a load of stuff. Is it worth clearing some of them out? Why have you got... Oh, I guess because that was just randomly in the train or something. Oh, I'm full. Okay. Let's get rid of that then. But yeah, so you know, so they're adding a lot to it, so and it is early access. But say the terrain deformation, I think, is probably the most interesting thing to it. And I'm sure, I mean, they're also adding proper like Steam Workshop mod support, so they're not doing a mod portal like this, but they're going to add in a Steam Workshop. So in particular, I think that'll be quite good for, because it's got, as I say, you've got housing and stuff. But you can imagine people doing different skins for the housing because it's a bit sort of, you know, samey and boring in a way. So, you know, you can imagine people putting in like, you know, fancy houses basically. This fancy houses, you know, more variety in models, just as a simple thing. Right, so we need to go over here and upgrade. Have they brought me everything? Yes, they have. Okay. So we use old Spidey. Go over here. And upgrade that. What I'm thinking basically is we'll have one of this patch will switch to one of the train stations. And we'll mine this. And we'll switch this to one of the stations. So those are the two smallest patches. So then there's at least one. There's not a situation where the trains for the other one are blocking access or materials coming in. So these two will be shared patches and these two will be dedicated patches basically. As long as it has modding support. Yeah, so it's actually the next thing I think on their roadmap. I mean it's going to be in early access for a while. It's been quite good in that it's not spent that long between Kickstarter and early access. It's about a year, and they have dropped a few things or moved them into, you know, the next phase. I think all devs overestimate how much they can actually do in much time. But yeah, modding is like either the next thing or the thing after on there. Ah, that is my neighbour coming to get a parcel, so I'll be back in a second. Right, yes, sorry about that. So my neighbours were out for the day, and Posty dropped off a little package for them, so he was just collecting that. I had to run. Should have just walked or ran downstairs. Yeah, modding has added so much to Factorio. So I mean, obviously this is full overhaul mod, complete overhaul mod. But it's my intention to sort of go through a lot of the popular ones. So, you know, I've not done any of them basically. The big overhaul mods. So I want to play, you know, Bobs and Angels, but in particular the space exploration, because I think that looks interesting, but really complicated, I think. So what am I doing? So I'm upgrading this. So have you played any of those? I don't think it was a successful to a game who didn't embrace mods like they do, yeah. I mean, I think they said, didn't they, one of the Friday facts, that it was almost, you know, almost why they made the game in a sense, because I think, like Kovarex was a, I'm not sure what it was, might have been StarCraft modder. You know, it's sort of something he used to do, so you know, there was no way they weren't going to support modding. But in fact, that's all gone altogether, isn't it? Get rid of all that. So we can upgrade... Whoops. All of the miners. Oh no, there's some red ones there as well. Nuts. Hang on. Should have just done the lot. Oh, I've done it piecemeal. In fact, that's really confusing. I'm doing space exploration without K2. Usually play with a whole bunch of mods. Never done any of the big overhaul style mods before space exploration. Oh right, you dived straight into that. So my understanding is it's quite a complicated one. Oh no, they're all. Oh, of course these have a bigger area, don't they? So they'll just kick in anyway. Yeah, so let's do my little silly little thing. Save tiny amount of belt. It's a tiny little piece of copper there. Why are you... Oh, you're slow because... That's okay. So is that everything? No. There's 18 yellow belts. Where are they? Saying they're in there. No? Oh, it's them. It's alright. Yeah, that's okay. No, don't do that. Easy enough early game for the first rocket launch. Minor changes. They're mostly due to some of the dependency mods. The game really starts after the first rocket, where it can get complex. Yeah, I say that was my impression of it. But indeed, the whole thing of, you know, because you actually have to build the rockets like on the surface, don't you? And they sort of effectively then it takes them off to other planets. And aren't there sort of like... There's a whole bunch of planets on it, I think, isn't there? So, which one is which? And so you have to sort of set up interplanetary logistics, basically. So that's going to unload 2. And that's unload 1. So if we keep you... In fact, we'll switch you over... I'll sort that in a minute. Let's go and put this patch in first. And then I can work through that. But that's that one upgraded. Okay. Okay. So if we go down to there. Cross to... I'm not sure Spider can walk on the bridge. Let's have a look, see. Well, let's just avoid it. Do I need to restock? We should be okay, I think. Yeah, let's just leave it. Did I fill all this in? I didn't, did I? So let's actually go up there first. Could have gone round if I'd realised. No. Go to there, up to there, across to there. And then over to there. Okay. Because these guys will be sat here basically unable to load. Because there's just not enough stuff there. Not enough mining. Yeah, so there's a lot of planets and some resources that don't exist on other planets. Oh, right, okay. So it is a logistic change as well as to figure out how I'm going to... Oops. I'm going to make this stuff out of 20 other things while also dealing with the side products. They build cargo rockets to transport stuff between planets. Oh, right, okay. Some stuff can also only be placed in orbit of a planet, and thus some products can only be made in orbit. Okay. I mean, I've basically watched a bit of Zisto, started playing it, but he seems to have dropped off. He seems to be he's gone all Project Zomboid, but on his streams. But I know he was launching things between planets with effectively like a railgun or something. But you can actually build, rockets that are the equivalent of trains. Then basically, okay. How are we doing? I'm interested to know how much. Oh, it's barely even used it, has it? And that there as well. It's hardly touched it. Okay. Okay. Some stuff can also only be placed in orbit of a planet, and some products can only be made in orbit. Oh wow. Okay. So it's complex basically from a sheer amount of stuff that you need to do point of view, if not from a complexity of recipes and point of view. Oh, I'm guessing it's probably both. Okay, so that's that all filled out. I would get some speeds in some of these, but it's not really, I haven't really got that many to spare. I kind of need to decide which I'm thinking about some satellite factories, because the scale that we need to go to is pretty big for this. So I say one of them, the main one, is the belts, because if I'm going to upgrade everything, I'm going to need loads of belts. But the other one is modules and stuff, like you would do in a normal thing. Ores and other basic resources, plates, concrete, can be shot with cannons. Oh, right. Some recipes are complex, yeah. Yeah, because I don't know. I'm kind of suspecting we won't get the like the vanilla expansion, like until next year. That's sort of my feeling on it. It's a bit of a shame they've gone so silent. They were so good, during early access with communicating. It's a bit of a shame that we've had like 2 updates basically. Obviously the jokey one, but yeah, I was sort of hoping they might be a bit more communicative. But right, so if I put this way, we can sort of work around some undergrounds. There. Oops. And then one there. I should upgrade the blooming blueprint, but it's fine. Them. Well, I think that's probably. I think it covers it because it's. Oh, I don't know. I can always come back if that doesn't quite reach. Okay. Cool. Now, where are we going to put the station then? Let's put it here. Yeah, I think so too. But they were going to tell what's coming in the update. Settings no otherwise. Then people create that as a mod before they would be ready to release the update. Yeah, and then they couldn't really charge people for it. I totally understand it. Yeah, it's a very good point actually. Yeah, but then I think a lot of people think it's basically space exploration anyway, so they might get accused of doing that anyway. But I don't. I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, I've got well, I don't even know what it is now, 2,800 hours in the game. Having to pay for a version of space exploration, it's the game is such good value for money. I'd happily, you know, I mean, if they wanted to do even, you know, some silly cosmetic DLC, I'd be happy just to buy it, even if I wasn't that interested in it, because it seems almost a shame not to be able to support them, particularly for those of us with disposable income. And I know I am in a sort of a, you know, should we call it privileged position with that. It's not, you know, I can afford more, as it were. But and it's not always a sensible comparison, but you know, I've paid far more for games that I got far less out of. But let's say it's not a metric I particularly use, but oh bum. I'll just fill that in with a bit of. Must have. Oh, I've got loads of info. Let's fill this in for me. You lads, thank you very much. Very kind. Definitely very good value, yeah. I say, so even if it, you know, was space exploration or whatever, because they obviously hired, I mean, everyone knows, you know, they hired the concept artist, didn't they? The developer as the concept artist. So, but I'm actually, I don't want to click it in that. I'm sort of wondering if, I think I'm going to reuse the 1, because it's a bit weird not having the 1. So I'll call this number 1. Oh, what are you complaining about? Oh, of course I didn't put. I need to tweak a lot of the blueprints. Right, so if we just clear this out, please. Get rid of that. Oh. Like that. You do this for me, thank you very much, that'd be very kind. So the second best $1 per hour game I have ever played. So what's the first one then? Is that are you a sort of a big? Because I know people put like thousands of hours into. I've never really been. I've not had a, you know, like what they call a live service game. I don't know if that's a particularly good term for what they are, but I've never found one that's really, you know, worked for me. But I know people have put like thousands of hours into, you know, Dota and even, you know, what do you call it? The COD one, you know, Counter-Strike and all that sort of thing. I've never really quite appealed to me. You know, predominantly a single-player game, gamer. Right, so let's get the blueprint for the balancer. Like that. Let's put that in. Why does that look wrong? Oh, because the lights are wrong. There we go. And then I've got my stray power pole, which I keep forgetting to delete. Let's put this in. So that. Oops, how do I run? MMO, oh, Guild Wars 1. Okay, MMO RPG player. Hello, Turn Away. Thank you for the chat. I don't think the expansion will be space because people are already happy with space exploration and it's free. I'm expecting underwater stuff. I actually had. So when they did the reveal of the new enemy, I sort of I don't know if it was on that stream that I did, because I did stream, you know, reading it out and that sort of thing, discussing it. And my feeling was, because it looks to me, that new enemy, like Portuguese man of war. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a type of jellyfish. And it could work, you know, it could work for space because it's got like an equivalent of a helmet and stuff like that. But I've, you know, effectively I had the same feeling that actually it's going to be water-based. You know, it'll be almost like XCOM's Terror from the Deep or something like that. And that they're the new enemy. And so you'll have to start defending, you know, defending your waterways and stuff. But it'd be cool. I mean, one of the problems with the mods and stuff is there's like a mod for everything now. And there's like loads of overhaul mods and etc, etc. That's a bit unfortunate. I got that positioned wrong. Oh, well. But yeah, I agree. You know, turn away. I think it's probably going to be I mean, it might be both. It might be some space stuff because, you know, it could be orbital platforms and stuff or something like that as well. But I think the surprise is going to be that it's, you know, it's a water-based expansion that we're, you know, getting as well. Because, I mean, the time it's taken them, obviously they could be, you know, totally fine-tuning and stuff. But if you think at how quickly they did stuff, really, for the main game, considering how big it is, this must be a really big expansion. And they did say that in that update, that it's, I think they basically said it's about the same as the game again, sort of thing. I think that's what they're going for. They've won much more over that years, but also played over 12,000 hours worth of it. Oh my god. Throughout the Underwater side, the announcement they shared a few months back didn't really hint that at all, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. So my feeling was that biter looks like a jellyfish, basically, a Portuguese man of war. And that, you know, potentially it would be... The other thing, you know, speculations I had was that it was effectively like a queen biter or a king biter. And it could also be have like psychic powers, maybe, because, you know, it's a big brain basically in a goldfish bowl. So maybe it's got some sort of psychic power, you know, attacks that it's got, or it can effectively shoot laser. Because if you think about the attacks that the biters have, you know, they've got equivalent of melee, equivalent of sort of, you know, guns. They don't have anything, and also, you know, acid, so fire, effectively. But they don't really have anything the equivalent of artillery, so they can't do long-range attacks. And lasers, so they don't really have a laser-like attack. So if they just introduce those as ways of, you know, introducing that mechanic. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it hovered at the very least, so, you know, it could cross water, even if it's not actually a water-based thing. But yeah, so that was kind of my feeling. But, you know, it's easy, you know, to get carried away, sort of over-speculate. And it would be cool if we could do water, you know, water-based building as well, I think. A bit like the boats mod that adds in, you know, deep sea oil wells, basically. Right, so now I need to sort out the trains. So this station has trains that go... No, let's do it the other way around. So this station has 3 trains. Okay. Why has it got 3 trains? That station's got 2. That station's got 2. Okay. And this one obviously has none. That doesn't work out mathematically, does it? So, if we have... Because I've got 3, 5, 7 then? 4... Let's just use the train manager. See if this will help me. So stations. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stations. So if I wanted because it's 1 and 3 that are the big ones that need to share between them. So if I have one from each going to... So I'm thinking one each goes to those. So that's 2, 4. And then these have 2 each from whichever one I assign them to. So I'm probably missing 1 train, basically. Okay. So let's have a look at you. You've got... So you go to unload 2. Load 2, rather. That's fine. Where's the other trains? And you go to load 3. That's fine. Where's the other ones then? There. So that one is not one I want. So I want instead, I want you to go to here, I think. That one. I don't know why I did that. Load 1 to fill up. So go there, please. And then stop that. Put you in the right order. Okay. So this station now has 1 stop. And it's going there. So I don't want it to do that. Do I? Because I want... No, I do want that. So the load 1 goes to there and there. So this should have 4 stations. Oh, it hasn't. It's only got 3. Confusing myself. Let's have it all come back home. And I'll go back to the base and we'll do it there. Right. Let's have everyone come home. We'll do it directly. Can I get across the... Will it walk across the lake? No. So it won't walk across the... So one of the mods I've got on this is the train bridges mod, which is one I really like. I'm actually doing... So I didn't really... I do streaming as very much a hobby. It's not... I'm not like... Should we say a proper content creator and stuff? It's just a bit of fun, really. But I've got sort of 3 series on the go for Factorio at the moment. I'm doing a series where I'm making my own blueprints because I've never really made blueprints. I enjoyed designing so much that I just sort of design anew every time. But I did a series where I was... When you stopped... Are you coming home? They're both coming home. Okay. Let's wait for them to get here. Where I was trying to make my first mega base. I'd never made a mega base before. And I spent so long building my blueprints for, and new again, that I was like, this is silly. I need to... If I'm going to do another mega base, I need to have some standardized blueprints I can use. Which is what a lot of these are. These are the... I've copied them over. They don't really obviously work, particularly for Krastorio 2, but the rail stuff's okay. But the other one I'm doing is Aesthetic Factorio, where I'm trying to build attractive looking bases. Doing that one tomorrow. And the idea is I'm using a lot of mods in that. So I've got the train mods and ports, ships mod, but also all like Dectorio and all that sort of stuff. But actually like using them properly. But I've been working on a cool port, I think. I think it looks cool anyway, but it's all, stone edges that make it look like actual, sea walls and stuff like that. So that one goes to load 1. This one goes to load 3. And this one goes to load 2. Load 2 is the one up here. So we want 2 trains going to that to try and mine that out fairly quickly. So we want to duplicate this train, basically. Are you going to let me do that? Like that? Is that attached? Got some fuel? Yeah, so I'm using the train bridges and all sorts of stuff on it. Yeah, that's all connected, isn't it? In fact, I never set them, did I? Cool, and then we want to copy that thing and put you on auto. You're on auto already. You're on auto. You're on auto. Cool. Right, let's head over to the other one. Train bridges are awesome, yeah. Yeah, so I really like them because particularly there's like an integration with the boats one with the ships and ports mod, where it does actual bridges that lift up. I've not put any of them in yet, but they seem pretty cool. But say it's got loads of mods on it, that series. In fact, to the degree that it may be a bit problematic. Where's the other car there? Thing. Right, so let's find these and send these home. We'll put this on manual. And then... Oh, they're already here. Okay. So, I mean, having all the trains stacked up is a good sign, because it means all the lines must be saturated. And we must be full of material, which is what I'm after. I think we'll go and work on the nuclear next, because that was the other one. I've completely mined out a patch here, and we've got a nice convenient one there. So we'll tap that. And that sort of gets us over the immediate problems. But then I think iron is the next job. Oh, we're here. Okay. So what have we got here? We've got one that's going to load 3. So 3 and 1 are good as the shared ones. So you're going to load 2. We don't want any from here going to load 2. Load 3. Okay, so this... Is that right? Yeah, it needs to be load 4, isn't it? So, oops. So that one needs to be copied onto that one. I should have numbered them more sensibly, really, shouldn't I? Oh. And then never put the filters on these. It's already filtered. Put it on auto. Right, so this should have 2 trains, both of which are unload 2. This should have 2 trains, both of which are unload 1. Excellent. This should have 3 trains. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I need to transfer one from... I bet it's this one here, is it? So 3, 4, 4. Yeah, so that needs to go to 1 instead. No. Oh. Oops, I put unload 1, not load 1. Load 1. Cool. So let's check again. I'm quite manual with trains. I do use logic occasionally, but... Alright, why has that got 3 on it still? Oh, I've not messed that up, have I? Did I do the wrong one? That's got 2. Oh, that I messed up. I did the wrong one. Should have gone to... I've confused myself. Oh, this is embarrassing. We've got 1 train at unload 1. We've got 2 trains. One's at unload 2, one. So it's that one that sat at the station actually wants to go to unload 4. Oh, it's at the other station. What? I might just leave this and I'll do it. I'm concentrating a bit better. Why is that then? So that's got 4 trains. That's got 4 trains. So when this arrives, let's pop that on manual. What have I done wrong there then? So you're going to 3, 4, 1, 3. So I've got 2 going to 3 for some reason. And I shouldn't. I should have 2 going to 4. That's it. So you should go to 4. So you should have the same recipe as that. Yeah, okay. And now this has got 2. Yeah, okay. Don't quite know what I did wrong there, but... Well, I've beed an idiot. That's what I did wrong. Okay, yes, let's go and mess about with nuclear. Down here. I need to decide quite what I'm going to do, actually, because I think I might just keep this here and we'll just belt like the raw, the actual stuff back into this here, because it's a bit of a mess is the problem. It's a bit sort of thrown together and higgledy-piggledy. But it works. I probably need to set some logic on these as well, because at the moment it would sort of convert all of it into that. But as you can see, there's not actually... Oh no, the chests have got enough in. But yeah, it would just convert all of it at the moment. Got around. Well, thank you very much for the raid again, Silent Storm. It's very much appreciated. Have a good one. And the other problem we could solve is plastic. Plastic's particularly problematic at the moment, mainly because this is the wrong way around. So this is converting obviously light to petroleum, and it connects in the wrong place. So I've actually got the plastic on the wrong side of the pump, basically. Looks like we could do with some more heavy conversion as well. That's a bit odd. I wonder why that's not handling all of the heavy. Anyway, let's mess about with nuclear. So we definitely want to pick this up because it's redundant. Why am I at a... What are you bibbly-bobbing about? How much rubbish have you got as well? I wonder if I can take some of that off of you. Right. In fact, let's do it the other way around. So if I put some of those in, we'll take that down to 50 again. And take that down to 50 as well to make a little bit of room. And yeah, let's just leave that for the time being. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, this. Do I want to do anything about that? Not sure I do. I think it would have been... Yeah, so let's just take this out. It's a Geiger counter, that, because this mod has radiation damage, which is one of the things I quite like about it, actually, because it always seemed a bit weird to me that the engineer is sort of completely immune from radiation. Apparently, are you gonna? Oh, we've taken it, and yet it's still going. Okay. Right. So I think I can sort of skip past this here. And we can effectively have the uranium coming this way. But I need to convert it into... or put it into 3 channels, I think. So if we put a balancer here somewhere, what would it be? It'd be a... Is it just a 3 to 3? Am I going to put 3 lanes coming this way? Yeah, let's do 3 to 3. So we can now put that there. In fact, let's move that back up, since it'll fit. So we want 3 lanes coming this way. So let's... Oops. Let's get everyone on the job. We'll come and do this bit. But, ow, we're actually out of the construction radius. Okay, so we might have to fill that in, because the Roboport coverage stops. Oh well. Don't matter. There's plenty of yellow belt, I know that for a fact. So I'd better increase my demand. Clicked on the wrong thing. So I'll put that up to say 400. Or more, 600. Get back in the Roboport coverage. And we'll wait for them to bring it over. So, copper should hopefully have been solved. Yeah, no, now got plenty of trains stacked up, which is good. All my copper belts are full. This is doing all the business here. And where are we? Here we go. Yeah, that's all full. Super duper. And the next one, as I say, would be iron after this. I mean, that's a reasonable sort of patch, but that one's quite small. And a lot of the miners are dead. I mean, it's not demanding a lot, is it? But yeah, we can upgrade and tidy them up anyway. I guess we could grab that coal patch as well. Because at the moment, the coal is coming from here, and as you can see, there's still 1.8 million left. It was like, I don't know, 7 million or something to start with. So, and all it's now, I mean, it is still doing the smelting, but it's, going into plastic and things like that. How are we doing? Have they brought me the stuff yet? Yes and no, because the construction drones are doing the business. Right, so let's just sort this out a little bit. Do that. And we'll convert there. It's there. Okay. Let's go and see what we can do up here. In fact, let's get back in Roboport range. Right, this is my blueprint. And see if I can't get this in a good place. So I'm thinking something. Oh, I've done the. In fact, let's because this is in Roboport range. So let's just get the bots to add in speed things as well. Are we not really? I mean, it's not going to be this stream where we're going to make any real progress. This is more like prep. This stream for next time, when hopefully we'll get a bit closer to doing the end techs. So they'll hopefully put all of those in as we go. So we then want belt there, belt here, belt here. Right. And where the heck is... So sulfuric acid is here. I think I'm just going to hook each one up. Because we've got potential for interference with all my other pipes. So I'm just going to hook each one up to the sulfuric acid line. Like so. And then I grab that. Put this in here, here, here. Okay, I've not got any power. So we can do that as well. There we go. Have I got... Yeah, I've got belt, haven't I? Okay. So if we hop in here... Because we need to fill this bit out. Okay, I might just do that by hand. Okay. Oh, these guys won't have modules, will they? From the bots, so let's just put them in. No, you're not going to let me do that? Oh, it's because it wants level 1s. Have I got any level 1s? I think I'm all level 2s. That's fine, that'll do. I won't take damage from the raid because I've got a shield on. I've just kept a shield on habitually. But shield protects you against the radiation. So that'll slowly make its way down. Now, I need to go and add some logic, as I say, to sort of avoid the Covarex turning all of the, you know, dark green into light green. I'm wondering if, because this seems to be very slow, but I don't know if that's just because it's monstrously expensive, or we've just run out. Looks like we've probably run out of pink ones. What are pink ones? Now, presumably, yeah, this lad here. So it's going to be them that's not happening. And that's because these ECUs are not happening because there's not enough low density structures. Which is one of the reasons I've been upgrading the copper, because of course they're massively hungry for copper. But yeah, we need a bit of a logic system here. Unless I've already done it. Because that is the... Oops. Oh, have I put too many things in? I have. What could we get rid of? I guess don't need them. It is a bit weird that you can carry around those, though. It's like a bit inconsistent in that regard, because they are, you know, nuclear stuff, and yet they don't do you any harm. I could get rid of those as well. I'm a terrible driver in the game, so I don't tend to, you know, use the car for very long, because I just end up crashing into all my own stuff. So what we want is how many? So we want maybe, how many have we actually got? If we put it 1,000 for just for a second, and we have a look at the inventory. So I've got 7,200. Would you fill? You would fill up, wouldn't you? If I left it like that. I haven't really got any restrictions on, because at the moment it'll just chug it all into there, which is not what I want. So really, maybe it's not this one. Well, I could have both, couldn't I? So maybe we want a condition on this as well that stops this from working if there's already 1,000 in the system. And that way, will that work? I mean, this will fill up and be ready to go, but it won't empty it if there's less than 1,000, until there's less than 1,000 in the system. 1,000's a bit arbitrary, but dark green has a use, because dark green is used in one of these tech cards. I can't remember which one. Might be this one? No. It's used in one of the tech cards, so you need... I call it dark green because I can never remember whether it's 235 or 238. Which isn't very good for someone with a background in physics. Where was which one is it using the dark green? No, can't remember. It might actually be one of the ones that's defunct. It's here somewhere. Yeah. So that's the dark green. There you go. So it's the purple ones. Purple. Cool. Okay, so did that achieve what I want? So if I copy that over to there, and to there, and to there, all of those are inactivated because of 1,000. Do I need this condition on here then? I don't. So let's just take that off. So now none of these Covarex ones will be emptied unless there's less than 1,000 light greens in the system. And we've got 7,200 already. Is 1,000 enough? It depends how big I want this to get. How much power I want to go for. Because we want to use the antimatter one as well, but I've not even unlocked that. Should we put another one of those in? How are we doing power-wise? So I've got capacity for 5.4. We're not even using a fraction of that, but the factory's a bit idle. They're chugging out 1.3 at the moment. I can't remember what their max power output is. This is the one, isn't it? 100. So they do 2 gigawatts, don't they? Because there's 20 of them. So each of these is 2 gigawatts. So if we had another 2... yeah. Then that would get us 4. Yeah, okay. Because it is staggeringly power hungry, the matter stuff. So if I put this... what, here somewhere? No, let's put it around the corner so I'm closer to the water. And... would that work? Oh. Oh no, do it there. Okay. And then... and then we want them in, which I think I don't think I've automated them. Turbines. Can't remember. We shouldn't say. There. There. Power pole. There. And there. Cool. Oh, hello. Oh, another spam bot. Oh, dear. So click on that. We want to report spam. That's 2 in one stream. I normally only get one. Spam. No, it's not spam, is it? Scam? Bots. Suspected of being a bot. So, tried. Followers. Support. User. I say, how do I get just delete that. Is it because that window is too small? Not sure how I delete messages. Don't know. The verification thing that you can use doesn't seem to stop them. It just doesn't work. I thought I'd missed a buyer. Cool. Thank you very much as well, then, Flash Guy. Yeah, so, I mean, I've already set the things that are supposed to stop them, but it just doesn't work. It's like... you also run the risk, I think, with those sort of things, of if you make it too difficult for people to chat, then nobody will chat. And it's like, well, you know, it's rather self-defeating then, isn't it? You might as well just not have the chat on. Are these connected? Is that why it's not... Oh, there's no power between the two. So the RoboPort has no juice. But yeah, I need to make the wind turbines. There's actually... So it's one of the things I was sort of... I don't know about unhappy about, but I found a bit pointless in when I was playing it before. I'm more okay with it now. But it was like... Because it's the classic example I give, is that offshore pumps require power in this. And it's like, well, why bother? Because it's one... And they're perfectly matched. It's like one wind turbine. So, effectively, all you're doing is crafting 3 things to make a... You know, what you can do with one in vanilla. And it's like, it's just a sort of pointless change. So I'm not as fussed about that as I was. And I go somewhere else when they have follower in a chat and they only have 3 viewers. Yeah, say it's sort of. I try not to pay too much attention to my viewer numbers because you can get a bit paranoid and a bit sort of. Because I don't do this to be a content creator and make money and all that sort of stuff. It's all just a bit of fun for me, but it is a bit sort of. It would be a bit strange to be streaming and not, no one can chat, Okay, so they seem to be putting that in. And they're working on DT fuel cells. The question then is this going to pump them out quick enough? Because it's sat here doing nothing, which implies that it's not struggling. Oh, it's not doing that. Oh, so it is working. But then I suppose they're only just fired up. But these last ages. We've not even used one of those. Or one of those. In fact, they're only gone down by a tiny amount. So they clearly have a lot of juice in them. Well, 10 gigajoules. Well, there you go. Cool. And this is easy to expand. I can just literally copy and paste it. Yeah, in the back end you can set it so that, as you say, like follow only chat, or chatters have to have, verified by phone or, been on the site for X number of weeks, but none of it seems to stop them. So it seems a bit redundant to impose that on real human beings to do all that stuff, when really the problem is that Twitch needs to sort its business out, sort itself out. Okay. So we've done copper, we've done nuclear, just check that it is finally reaching where it needs to go, and yes it is, chugging away. Excellent, and that line is all now full up again, so we're happy there. Plastic was the other big thing that was sort of messed up. or not really working. It looks like it's full now, but that's because I think it's all just sort of ground to a halt. So plastic was over here. Now, one solution, of course, is simply to move this over, but I was intrigued to see that this is not actually coping with the heavy oil. So let's put a couple of these in. I don't think I've got any, have I? So do that. So if I just pop another one of those. Now that's not properly connected. Oh, I have got. I've got chemical plants again. Oh. Oh, not again. Oh, right, okay, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the block terms. But yes, thank you very much for the tips, you know. I think I can actually do that in the back end, can't I, as well? I can block terms. Because they do always say the same stuff, like that wanna be famous thing. It's like, the other thing with it, and that will remove them. In Movia, cool. Okay, I'll do that. And welcome to the stream. Thank you for the chat and the tip. So if I just literally do that now. So what do I type? I type add. Do I need? I assume I need the underscores as well. Block term. Yeah, start the message, which is what I want really. If I type just by followers, then does that work? Oh, it's not recognised that. I'll do it I'll do it afterwards. So I need to get rid of you as well. That's a third one. Maybe I'm on some list now. So block you. No, I want to report you. Scam, spams, bots. Bots. Right. But yeah, I mean to say, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was just the occasional one. But yeah, I'll have to block that term. I mean, why would that not be in Twitch's default list of banned terms? It's like, why would any? I mean, I guess maybe if one of you lot was, well, like you've literally just typed it by followers, you know. So I suppose it's, avoiding people, saying it jokingly or whatever. But why would anyone be saying that? It's like, seems illogical, some of the things. Right, yes, so plastic. I say it's not actually a problem now. So that's at least gone down, and that's at least gone up. Now, so what I need to do really is re-divert this. So it needs to come off here, basically. Because for some reason I didn't do that in the first place. So it's after the whole cracking stuff. So if I put this in here, and maybe we put in a little cheeky underground there. There we go. Because it was running out basically because the only stuff was coming in here, and of course this pump was trying to push all the petroleum that way anyway, so now it's at least after that process. I don't know if these fill a red belt, do they? Not quite, ever so slightly under. Okay, so maybe if I put one more on. So it would be this one. In fact, let's just copy. No, it's this one, isn't it? So if I copy that. one. Put it there. That should work. There we go. So that should be over a red belt's worth now. Yes, perfect. Cool. So it's not a problem now because it's sort of stopped because there's just not enough stuff happening. Hi, Selfire. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. If it was default, they would evade it. Of course they would, I guess. I suppose you could use like symbols and stuff to avoid the text, but yeah. Have I played 248K mod before? No, I'm afraid. So this is literally the only overhaul mod I've played. I've got quite a lot of hours in the game, but it's all pretty much been vanilla. You know, just quality of life type mods or small stuff. I suppose Factorio probably technically counts as a more significant overhaul, but no, I've never actually played 248K before. Would you recommend it? Have you played it through? I'm not 100% sure I understand, because I've seen it. I know Catherine the Sky's doing a series, but I've not actually watched any of those streams. But I don't actually know what that does. I don't know what difference 248K is. So if you've got any, I'll just start with myself. Okay, so you don't know either. So I don't know if anyone else in chat knows what that one actually. What is 248K? Never played big over mods like this before. No, so I've not. So I tried this about 18 months ago, Krastorio 2, and got a bit. I didn't really enjoy it, and I think the biggest difference for me this time is partly I'm a bit more, I don't know, open-minded, a bit more open to, different recipes and these sorts of things. Whereas a bit more sort of, I got a bit frustrated that, someone did explain it to me and I understand it now, but in Factorio 2, when you do a lot of like default smelting, and this is the reason why, you do default smelting, the recipe is like it's like 5 bits of ore in and 5 iron plates out, and it's, I don't know why I'm looking at the copper and talking about iron ore. And I was like, well, why is it doing that? And that seems pointless. It's exactly the same ratio, so why do that? And it's because of there's like a fundamental limit apparently in the game. Someone was telling me that it can only craft so many items, even if it were to like have infinite beacons on it, sort of thing. Fundamentally, it can only craft them at a certain rate. So if you have it doing 5 at a time, it increases the amount of throughput, basically. But it's also to do with this, in that it's got this refined ore system, so it's it becomes a different recipe later on. But yeah, and I was a bit closed-minded to that sort of stuff, but I fully, I quite like it now. But also I've turned the biters onto passive, so I don't have to, I could just, well, like this, I can just chat, as well. But I've lost my spider, haven't I? But yeah, it means there's no pressure, to do anything basically. So I can just look at the recipes and work it out and make mistakes and redo it and all that sort of stuff. Oh, hello, Raven. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Welcome back. I've seen the 248K mod before. Never tried it out though. Well, I turn the biters off in my game. Well worth it when doing the mods. Unless you have a combat mod. Yeah, so I left them in because I was sort of anticipating that I would, because I do enjoy. I know a lot of players don't, and that's cool. I do quite enjoy the combat side of things. But what I found, these guys, right? These companion drones. There's some. Let's not call it a bug, but there's some weird, either conflict or something that when they attack the biters. With how I've, it's obviously, there's another game where I've got them on and they do respond, but the biters don't respond to being attacked by these guys. So all I have to do is switch the attack toggle on, and they'll just literally delete the biters. They just wipe them out, and the biters don't fight back. if I attack the biters, they do respond. So it's not that, you know, they're completely brain dead, as it were. It's just that these guys don't trigger defensive responses from the biters. And because that's so easy, I've just been doing that. So I had kept them in because you get all sorts of cool things to play with. So like these laser artillery turrets and nuclear turret rockets and rocket recipes, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I was like, well, I'll play with them. There's like a proper tank as well, not just, you know, not just the whatever you want to call this heavy armored vehicle it calls it in this. But I've not played with any of it because the biters just get wiped out by the companion drones. Okay, so we've added a little bit more, or we've fixed that odd plastic problem. What is this missing? It's missing those. Is that just because it's not made them? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, they're just being slow to make, which is fine. Because we've got 4 of them now. So what's our max power? 7.5 gigawatts. Cool, cool, cool. I played lots of Death Worlds without mods. Yeah, I haven't done Death World a lot. I did. Have I launched a rocket on a Death World? I'm not sure I have. I don't think I did. I think I got fairly close, but I don't think I ever actually launched a rocket. I say I enjoy the combat. Death World is usually a bit too much for me because it's all about the combat. It basically set up very neat. Thank you very much. It's a bus type system, but it's a bus without knowing like what anything is. So I've just basically created a whole load of parallel lines and then added things to the, you know, to the bus as I thought they might be needed. But a lot of things, the belts are going in reverse because I ended up mining them, you know. So there's a Mersite down here. So that's being smelted at this end, so it goes backwards and stuff. But yeah, I sort of just went with this and I just guessed at the number of lanes and it sort of worked out. I ended up with way too many pipes, didn't need all of these pipes, but yeah, it sort of worked out okay. Looks right there. Thank you very much. I've done so much vanilla and so many. I like making bus. I know they're sort of boring, but I like making bus-based bases, so I'm sort of well practiced at doing it. It's sort of, to me, it's a way of organising the chaos that is easily repeatable. And I have a few like design principles, shall we say. So what I always try and do, this is a particularly good example of it, is if things are going, if you're making these tech cards, you bring the materials in one direction and then out in the opposite direction. And I know that sounds a bit obvious, but what a lot of players tend to do, and what I used to do, is you end up crossing lines behind each other. So you'll say, right, well, I need these over here, so I'll make them here, and I'll have the belts go, you know, over the top and feed into what here. And then you realise you need 10 more of these machines, or you need 3 more of these machines, or you also need to take them over here, or you need to take them over there, or, you know, something like that. And so you've suddenly got spaghetti. So if you do this approach, where basically, and you can have things like this as well, recycling things, pulling them back into the system. But if you go in one direction, out in the other, then you're avoiding crossing over in, you know, not completely, but it's like controlled crossing, because you can say, right, well, every one time I want to cross, it'll always be at the same place and in the same way, and it's just a nice way of being organised, I find. Some of these are cut off because we no longer got the need for the tech cards, but I've left them there because there are quite a lot of researches that I could use to burn them through if I wanted to, but I say most of them are combat and I'm not really doing combat, so looks tidier too. Yeah, that's what I like. I also do, I'm a big fan of this. I've seen Nilhouse does this actually. I didn't realise he does this, but I usually put 2 machines. Oh, I've not got any of them. 2 machines with the power poles on either side, and have I even got any wooden power? I don't think I've got wooden power poles, but with wooden power poles, they don't quite reach all the way down. But if you do, you know, this type of thing, and I say it depends on how many lines you're feeding in, and you know, you can do long-handed and all that. Again, it's just nice and organised. And a particular advantage of that is that if you I was looking for beacons. I don't think I've got any on me. This needs organising. I made such a mess of this logistics thing. I've just stuck things in randomly as I've been doing them. But I don't think I've got any bacon. There we go. No, I haven't. So if we just, well, you get the idea. But if you put these like well organised. Have we got any? Let's do a theoretical bacon. I've not got any over here. Looking for them, and I'll find them. There must be some here. I've also got there's like a smaller beacon in this. But yeah, you can also then potentially, I say, depending on how you've done the belts, you can have belts on both sides and put them in. Or if it's a double-sided build, you know, you've got a pretty good place to put the bacons in. Put the bacons in. If you like, I mean, if you like, I'm a bit rubbish at this sort of thing. If you like sort of aesthetic style, there's a series I'm doing, which I'll be playing tomorrow, where I'm actually building like attractive looking bases. That I think it's not that far in, and I keep realising how big a job I've set for myself. But I'll be finishing off some ports, so I've got a boats mod that lets you put, you know, boats travelling around. So we're finishing that off. But I've been making these gigantic mega smelteries, but gigantic in terms of space. They're not in volume terms, but they're all like nicely laid out, and you know, it's quite aesthetic, and all the belts do nice patterns and stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, then so I'll be doing that tomorrow. Right, so what we're doing next, so we've got about half an hour. I usually stream for about 3 hours on Saturday and Sunday, so we could do another job, but I'm wondering what that is. So there is the question of like how my oil is doing. Oh, there's loads, isn't there? I thought that might be running out, but that's actually loads of oil. Oh, there's loads. Okay, I thought that might be running low, but that's not a problem. But there's also a coal patch. Oh, there's loads of the coal as well. Okay, so we don't really need to do anything there. Could boost up the stone, because the stone's being used for like some of the gas stuff. Or at least I put it in with the intention of doing that. I'm not actually doing that, am I? Okay, so I guess the next obvious one is iron, and there are a couple of iron patches, so we could go and grab them. I didn't upgrade these yet either, did I? So let's do iron stuff. Let's upgrade that. Have I got? Yeah. What have you got on you? Random rubbish. That's what you've got. Don't really need level 1s. Let's take the stone off you. And okay, that's vaguely useful stuff. Cool. What's next on the tech cards? Turn away. Basically nothing in terms of. Do you mean building tech cards? I've got all of the tech cards being ready to produce. What I'm not doing at the moment is enough. Whatchamacallit, low density structures. That's the next big upgrade. They do use steel, which is one of the reasons I'm thinking to make sure we've got enough iron. I mean, it's not a problem. We've got plenty of iron. But as you can see, I mean, this is why I was doing the copper, because obviously they're super hungry for copper. And at the moment, as you can see, a big part of why they're not really being made is it's eating all the copper before it gets there. So what I need to do then, really the next big job is belts. Actually, I need to kind of upgrade all of the system to do, for higher level belts, because it's all mostly yellow belt here. So we need more throughput. So again, belts are very iron and steel heavy. The recipes for them are pretty huge, and this is all we've got production wise. So I want to do a bigger production of belts in order to support the thing. If you mean research wise, basically there's not many techs left. So I tend to have a thing, it's another general thing I do, of not getting too far ahead with research. We could do some of the military ones, as I say, because I could do the superior batter. That would be a big help, and that's quite expensive, so that'll tick along. But so I'm actually making all of the tech cards now, not necessarily in huge volumes, but they're chugging away, and volume is really we'll upgrade all of the whole system basically. But yeah, so there's only really sort of, what's that, 5 techs left. This one I don't understand. It would be useful if someone could sort of explain that to me a bit, in that it seems to be saying that I have to insert all of that stuff in order to win. I think that's what that's saying. But I read somewhere that you have to do. In fact, let's stack these up. That one. I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Oh, that needs that one. Should I do that one? Let's just stick them on a list. But yes, there's not that many texts left. And I didn't order us across anywhere. So we're still walking. Do the reactors there work? Same as the vanilla ones, just add fuel and get a used one out. Yes, so basically the big difference, these ones, this is a fusion reactor. So I haven't actually ever, and it's one of the things I was thinking as well, that we could almost belt and braces all of the power, but it seems to be exactly the same as default. As vanilla, sorry. So I don't have regular, fission normal nuclear reactors like in vanilla. I haven't set any of that up, so we could do that. But this seems to be way more efficient, the fusion reactors. But it just uses uranium basically, so it makes them into these fuel rod things, and sticks them into what does it call them? DT fuel cells. But as you can see, there's charged and uncharged, so it's very much like what does that in vanilla? Something where it charges and uncharges. I guess accumulators to a degree, but basically, yeah, it's effectively filling up the fuel cells, and then you get the empty fuel cells. And so this is here in case we run out. And I actually made a mistake. I forgot to put the inserter on, but basically, as it burns through them, they empty out. I guess like normal nuclear power, the what should we call it? The fuel cells in the normal nuclear power. It's a similar idea to that. The real difference is in your personal power thingy. So your I haven't got any because I've been using the solar, but this guy down here, so he actually uses fuel. As you can see, not very much of it, but the actual Spidertron itself won't do anything until it's got fuel. But then for the Roboport, I'm using a portable fusion reactor, and that requires fuel as well. Doesn't seem to be any way to get it to automatically fuel that, which is not either not understanding something or that isn't a mechanic. But it didn't seem to work unless I put one of those in. So Spider's own power supply doesn't seem to power the the actual Roboport. But I may have just been doing something silly. So if I grab all of that, trade away, then that, then that. Oh damn. The interactive building is the end goal for Krastorio. It's sort of like a big accumulator that you need to feed it enough energy, and after it charges, get the winning screen. Ah, right, okay. 248 Kamar has very interesting reactor later on after nukes. I had a bunch of fun working them out. Okay, cool. It does also, I mean, this has a fusion reactor, the fusion reactor, but then it has antimatter, matter-antimatter reactors. But we need to unlock, so that's that one there. Oh, I could research them. I thought I had another tech to unlock for that. But yeah, so this is, this is like the end game one. So I'm assuming if that's, or I'm guessing, if that's what's required. So there's the mega beacon, but it's 1,000 things. I'm guessing we're going to need to do some of them to get enough juice to fuel that then. Okay. So do you put all that stuff in it and power it? Or is that saying it requires that stuff to craft? Because I don't... Why does it have a 1,800 second craft time? That seems weird. That's not a... Well, it must be the ingredients for it. That is to build it. It's just, it struck me as, I thought maybe you had to put those in, into the machine, because that seems like a ridiculous crafting time. Is it because you only make one, so it's like equivalent of a rocket silo? It must be that. It must be, you're making a rocket silo effectively. So it must be that you charge it up then, rather than... Okay. Let's get rid of these power piles so I can use them on the other one. So go to the other one and sort of upgrade that a little bit. What's that? Oh, it's just a weird coloured bit of terrain. So go up here. Upgrade this one. Yeah, so there's quite a few. I can't really stream it, but I was quite interested in the Industrial Revolution mod as well. I understand, partly because I'm sort of, I don't know about famous, stupid thing to say, but people who watch these streams know that I really hate the burner phase of the game. I just find it a bit... I just get out of it as quickly as I possibly can. And so I almost wanted to give that mod a go, because as I understand it, that has a lot of like extra stuff to the burner phase. So I was like, almost wanted to torture myself playing that. But I believe the mod, you can't stream it basically, or you could stream it, but you're not able to. The mod terms are that you don't monetize your streams, and obviously here on Twitch you can't do anything but monetize your streams. There's no option for unmonetized streams. They're not that dumb, I guess. Gotta get their scratch. But yeah, I mean, not that I have to stream everything. It was just almost sort of something to torture myself with, Right, I don't think I've got enough of these. I think we can be just a little bit short. Let's have a butcher's. But yeah, so I kind of want to give them all a go, Bobs and Angels, and I don't know about Pyanodons, and I understand C block is quite heavy as well. More because of the scale rather than I'm not sort of don't think I have too many troubles with... Why have you got all of them? And why have I just put them in there? Did I... Okay, so we got an iron patch here. Quickly go and tap that. Did we get a proper reveal? So it's an 11 million patch there. Oh, and a 21 there, okay. Oh, that's a, oh, look at that, that's a little beauty. Couldn't see it for the colour. 25 million, okay, so I think that's what we need to get up to. And we do have an immersite here, but I'm kind of a bit more comfortable using the matter for immersite because it's a bit of a pain to process, really. Okay, so I think we'll go up and tap this guy. Do I want to add a fourth one, though? And if so, where? Because a lot of the iron patches are quite small. They're also difficult to see. So that's 7.7, which is pathetic. That's 8.7, which is pathetic. I've been trying to do, like, one side for one type of... Like, I was trying to keep all the oil and stuff down on the south. So I effectively got sort of two separate rail networks. But given I'm building that way, I could connect the two here. So there is, I think... Is it iron? There was quite a nice patch of something down here. That's not coal, is it? No. I can't remember. There is something. Might be that one. Anyway, let's go and work on that. So let's get over there then. Yeah, it's painful. I have a friend who just did not have fun playing Industrial Rev 2. Okay. I say that was sort of the thing. I thought it might be... It's sort of the weird irony to it. I mean, I could always stream it on YouTube because my YouTube's not monetized and probably never will be because the conditions they put on it. But and not that I really... I monetized this in order to get, like, the channel points and emotes and stuff, because I quite like those features when I'm watching, you know, streams and stuff. But what I was hoping is I could, you know, do the affiliate stuff without then having to monetize. But you have to monetize. There doesn't appear to be any way of switching it off at all. And what was particularly frustrating or annoying for me was that you can't turn off pre-rolls unless you run actual adverts. So you have to run an advert in order to disable pre-rolls for a certain period of time, and it's like 20 minutes, which is nothing. And firstly, I would never remember to run the adverts, but also it seems I don't play games generally that where taking a break every 20 minutes is sensible or anything. And I know you can do like 3 minutes worth of adverts, I think, and that disables it for an hour. But I would just be sat here waiting for those 3 minutes to run through. I say it's pre-rolls in particular. I'm just not. I don't like them. It just seems a bit. I don't mind the ones, you know, it comes up on the screen, and I don't actually mind, you know, happy watching streams with. Oh, I never put those in, did I? Are we missing any others? No, it looks like that's okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't sort of sort that out. But, yeah, so I was a bit sort of... I got a bit miffed with it. I was a bit sort of... That seems a bit rubbish. You've got to do that. What are we looking for? We're looking for a straight rail. Here we go. But these are the blueprints I'm working on in my standard series. Because one of the other things I realised when I was doing the what should I call it? The Mega Base series was, not only was I spending a lot of time designing stuff, you know, that was pretty basic. A lot of stuff I do exactly the same way every single time, so I'm not really designing it, I'm just copying it from memory and wasting time effectively. So I sort of spent a bit of time trying to work out in that series how I want to do straight rail. So this is what I was saying about, we'll fill all this in first, but obviously we need to take these biters out. So if I just turn this on, they just start wiping out the biters, and the biters don't do anything. So it's obviously some conflict or weird quirk in the code, but we'll just leave them to do it. Basically, I'm not fussed about them doing the work for me. So let's see if we can get. We want this one, don't we? Now, if we put the station, I think, below, where can we put these? So if we line this up, excuse me, on the edge, we're mining on the edge, as it were. I mean, this is a big patch. How many belts am I getting out of it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Maybe I double-sided mine then to increase the throughput. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Yeah, I thought it might be, you know, so... Oops. What did I hit there? So it might be an amusing stream to do, to sort of torture myself, but then as I say, it turns out you can't sort of monetize a stream, so although I say I'm not fussed about not only not fussed, I just literally don't care about the monetization side. It just means I wouldn't be able to do it, so I wouldn't be able to stream it. So it's like, well... Let's wait for this bite to get out of the way. Right. Let's take some of these out where they're a bit redundant. Are you still not finished? You're still playing with the biters? Don't really need these ones. Get rid of that one, I think. Hello, you alright? Yeah, so obviously not, I mean, I knew I wouldn't have enough miners, but that's fine. I could probably pop them out. Anything else? Because we want this to be high level belt anyway, which we've got none of. Where did the spider go? There it is. What have you got? Nothing of interest. Okay. Right, let's put the station in. Give a bit of room so I can do some belt balancing. In fact, let's put the belt balancer on first. So if it's an 8 to 8... Let's leave that much room. Let's line it up on that edge. That should work. And then we want generic station. Okay. So if the station was, say, here-ish, then we want a junction there. And that there. That looks like it'll be okay. So if anyone did have any suggestions, I mean, I'm not, so I don't tend to keep a watchful eye on how many people are streaming, because it can drive you nuts. That streaming, how many people are watching, it can drive you nuts, that sort of thing. But I'm trying to be a better streamer and do raids and stuff to other people. So if anyone's got any suggestions, feel free to drop in the chat. We're going for about another 10 minutes or so. If you're all not fussed, I mean, you know, don't worry. So I've sort of benefited from other people raiding me, so trying to be nice. I feel a bit, I don't know if it's a British thing or just a me thing in particular, but I feel a little embarrassed sometimes when I do them, because I'm not actually that much of a chatter myself. Just, you know, the odd comment sort of thing. I don't tend to engage and to a raid, and you know they ask you questions, and I just feel, don't like being the centre of attention, which is a very strange thing for someone who streams to say. But obviously I'm sort of controlling this, if that makes sense. It's probably just because I'm some weirdo who struggles with that sort of thing. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, because I think that balance is going to be in the wrong place. But I'm looking for my loaders. So if we get... In fact, let's fix this blooming thing there. So we'll do that. And then we want to correct that one. Fix that. There we go. Cool. Right, so like that. And then that should fit there. And there. Pick that one up again. Yeah, this is in the wrong place, isn't it? So if I move it up, where would a big good place be? So if we try and align it with, say, maybe there? No, if I put it there, I don't have to bother with undergrounds, do I? So put it there. We can put the belt there. Have we finished yet? Have you done the business? Why are you attacking them? You need to attack these guys. Cool. All the way around. Put all of those belts in the wrong way around, haven't I? Idiot. Yeah, it needs upgrading, but I haven't got red belt particularly, so... Look at this. Look at this guy stood in the middle now. I thought they took that out. Maybe that's just in Krastorio, where it drags them along on the belt. So I thought they took that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Used to be one of the favourite little, I don't know about cheats, but favourite little things was that you could like drag biters around on belts. It was useful for sort of defences and stuff. But yeah, used to be able to sort of send them round on, you know, little trips, basically, sort of round your base. Well, it amused me anyway. Maybe I'm just cruel. Right. What's going on here? So that needs to be... Oops. That. That's to there. That's there. Cool. Okay. Where have you gone now? Oh, they're over there. If I turn it off, they'll come back. And then when I turn it on, they should attack these. Not that I kind of need them to. I need to get rid of that, because if we end up with a train there, because there is some crude oil up there, but if we end up with a train there and it hits a biter, then they will aggro on the trains. So if I turn that back on, there we go. Yeah, better safe than sorry, I think. Get rid of that. So we get rid of all the creep. Any? Oh, bit left there. Cool. Cool. Okay. So if I already put these in. So I don't know why it doesn't put the lines in. Feels like some kind of thing. That I've not set properly. But don't know. Why not? How are we doing? Okay. Splashing for power, but that's because it's not fundamentally connected. So this here to there. They're all okay. We could put a little bit of red belt in. In fact, let's just set this to upgrade, because this is sort of the most important end. Right, so I can now put this back in now that all that creep's gone. Where's the straight rail? There it is. Oh, is this something? What? Oh, it's there. It's exactly the same colour. I thought there was some glitch in the matrix, but it's this terrain is exactly the same colour as the one it uses for the thing. Right, so we head back. Have you got anything I can use? I think I just take everything out. And then we can do any recycling, any of that I can keep. Possibly. Right, let's go around here. Have you finished playing with the biters yet? Oh, missed one there. It's all up here, isn't it? Okay, are we done yet? Got to let them finish playing with their friends. And if someone who used belts as part of their defences when the biters would attack, it caused the biters even longer to get to his walls, allowing his tryouts to attack a little longer without taking damage. Yeah, that's what you used to be able to do. So you could just put, particularly with blue belt, the biters weren't actually fast enough to like move past blue belt. I think this would have been pre-behemoth. I think behemoth's biters are fast enough, but certainly spitters definitely wouldn't. But they would never attack belt, you see. or they would only attack it as like the lowest priority. So long as there was a radar or a bit of wall or something nearby, they would just obliterate it. They would attack that first, running away. No, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. And they're all naffing off, so we can turn that off. Oh, I suppose there's that worm. Oh, let's just leave the worms be, actually. Right, let's head back. We'll get ourselves stocked up, and this should be... Whoops, this should be good, I think. So, I've effectively doubled the throughput for, that single iron patch compared to the others. So I'm hoping we can just do the one. But yeah, I say, and to the extent that you used to basically be able to send the biters round on like trips, effectively. So that the most common one was you put some belts down and it continuously moves them away from your walls. And as you say, that would give a longer time on target for the turrets, basically. So they'd be shooting for a long time before the biters would actually attack. But say you could do it to the extent that you could have biters, being sent round your base on belts. But I say I'm sure they fixed it so that biters basically aren't affected by belts. But also behemoths, biters, not spitters, but behemoths are quick enough, even if it was to do that. I don't actually know what I mean. It's sort of, I suppose maybe it was just too OP. It was just too powerful doing that. But I never actually understood why they stopped it, because you the engineer has to, well, to me the old belt immunity looks like a set of roller skates. I don't know about anybody else, but it's like a set of roller skates. But you have to wear that belt immunity in order to stop the, self being affected by belts. So why are biters special? So it's 6 o'clock. What are we going to do? I mean, it won't take long to restock. What is the coverage? Because I could put extra trains on. Because there's that 1 and 2. While the bots restock us instead. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. So they're exclusive, you see. There's just 1-to-1, but there's also steel. And that's doing something, I think that's going to both, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So I could keep, we could have, because they're not far off the same size. So we could have, 2 from one going to one and 2 from the other going to the other. And then 2 from both of them going to that one. So this should load a lot quicker. Particularly, say, if I do the belts, then we can actually increase it again. Right, so let's see if we can stay in the zone. Now you're going... Yeah, because it has literally 1 station. Which is a bit rubbish. So if I work over here... So we want... this here. Like that. And we want to copy that. And we want to copy that. And let's set that to auto. So now we've got 2 trains from here going to that station now that we've upgraded it. So we want 2 more going to the shared resource patch. I'm going to send this off so that this one will pull in and refuel properly. Cool. too far away to fuel this one. So we will put a bit of fuel in. Like that. Then we're going to set that. Have they brought me any more trains? They have. Lovely jubbly. Put that one there. There. Filter that. More fuel in here. Like so. Then both of these want to go from... what did I call it? Unload 3? Oh, I didn't rename it. Okay. So this is... load 3. And we want you to go to unload 2. Load 3. Need to be full. Empty. You to do the same. And you as well. Cool. They're bringing some stuff. I don't know what they're bringing. Right. So, let's stay in the network. And go to the other one. There. No, there. I'll leave the steel for now, but we need to sort that one out as well. Right. Nearly there. Cool. So you must be going to... You're going to load one. Oh, of course, that... So, yeah, the steel one. I might actually do a separate patch for the steel. I might actually put another one in. Just so that it's got somewhere that it can go independent and it doesn't get trapped behind any other trains. Because we're going to start... If we're going to beef up low density structures in particular, and we really need to beef them up. And some of the higher stuff that uses... Oops! I keep hitting spacebar. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I think I'll put a separate steel... A separate patch in for steel to use. Yeah. Got fuel, we've got fuel. Cool. And then we want that. Not fueling you. You. Copy filtering. Copy the instruction. Send you away. Whoops. Set your auto. Have I got more trains? Just coming in. Okay, and then that needs fuel. Have I got any fuel? No, let's just pinch some from here then. Oh, that's what they bring. Okay. So this wants to go to unload one. And then these are the new ones, aren't they? So they need to go to unload load 3. That one there. So you need to be empty at unload, full at load. Is that the one I set? Yeah. Copy that over. That's not filtered. Filtering's a weird habit I've got. It's sort of, it's not, I don't think it's necessary really now, but back in the day, you used to get trains that would end up accidentally sort of stopped at wrong stations, or like paused there, and stuff would get put into them, and it used to be a bit of a weird situation. Now all of these trains I'm sending up to here are probably going to take ages, because look, you know, it's like 4 bits of iron coming through, so yeah, it's not really even full. So they're all going to be basically sat here until we upgrade this, but we should now have, do we have enough? Even if we don't, I'll do that after the stream. I just want to wait for this fuel to come in. So I need to sort out steel as well afterwards. What would be next? I guess coal would be next. I say we've got like iron for steel. I could add in more stone and whatever it's called, rare metals. I guess there's mineral water, but we've got one right there, which will be easy to just pump over probably. Cool. But we've done uranium, so we'll get rid of that. We've done copper, so we'll get rid of that. And we will head up to here. So yeah, so I'll leave it there for the stream. I'll just do a few bits afterwards, basically, and tidy up. I don't think I'll put all of those patches in necessarily, but I might do. So I didn't see any suggestion for raids or anything. I'll probably just leave it then. But I say if you did have any other, the problem I have, a lot of the people I follow, who I would happily send everyone who's watching over to, don't stream when I'm finished. They're often streaming when I start, so I don't like to potentially send us to someone, you know, who you wouldn't all get on with. But yeah, so we won't bother with that. But I will just pop up my schedule. That you'll filter off. So I'll be back tomorrow. Stream weekends basically, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's Friday and Monday we're doing Satisfactory streams. I'm basically trying to. I bought that game when it came out, and I played it through as much as you could then. But then I haven't played it since any of the updates. So update 4, I thought, well, let's give it a go. And I'm busy building a mega factory, because it turns out you kind of need a mega factory to actually do all of the researches. It gets a bit silly in terms of resources. But Monday we'll be back. I'm currently working on a whole truck system to deliver resources in the desert region. That's kind of the current project that I'm streaming. And then back tomorrow, as I've been trying to plug, with my aesthetic series, where I'm making some attractive looking smelteries. So we'll be finishing off the ports, and in particular I'll be sort of working on and starting a port for the second copper patch. So the second gigantic copper patch. We'll be tapping that and feeding all the stuff into boats and sending boats around. Should be cool. And this will return, Krastorio 2 will return next Saturday. Next weekend should be just a normal stream. There's nothing weird going on. So that's me. That's all my plugs and stuff in terms of stream schedule. If you're watching the VODs and you want to watch live, and pop in, say hello. That's my Twitch channel there, Trismegistus. If you are watching live now, or you're watching any of the other VODs, you can catch up with all my current series, all my past series on my YouTube channel, which has, I say, all of my VODs. It is Trismegistus as well, but it's alias to Triggles, so I think that's nice and easy to say. there's a Twitter as well, where I basically post when I go live. There's also a Discord. The aim of the Discord is to try and do multiplayer. What I'd quite like to do, so the Monday one in particular, I would like to swap it out for a community stream where I play, where we play Satisfactory in community, and particularly just mess about with it. So I was sort of hoping they would add the golf, and that would be quite a fun and weird thing to do. But we could make some racetracks and, you know, go for some races and all sorts of weird stuff like that. As you can see, it's only a short stream. Or we could build just a gigantic factory and do it properly, as it were. But yeah, so that was the idea. I will probably have to get rent a serve to do that, because I don't think my machine and internet will cope with hosting it. But so that's the idea. So if you wanted interested in something like that, I'm also up for multiplayer Factorio as well. If you wanted to do that, then you can join the Discord. There's you can get the bot to tell you the link. Join the Discord and we can set up some multiplayer, and I'll post on stuff there if that's anything you're interested in. If not, it's cool. Doesn't matter. It's no pressure. I know everyone's got a Discord, and you know we don't do a lot in it. So I say everyone's got one, and it sort of becomes the standard thing. But say I'm tempted to use mine for multiplayer if you were interested in doing that. So I say that's it for me. If you've been watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back to another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.